Welcome back, mortals. I am Wartooth, Yari Wartooth, the king of Northern. Anyway, welcome back to the Hesitation Station. I'm Jay. How's everyone doing today?
Jesus Christ.
The stuff that Tank has to put up with. How's everyone going? How you doing, Tank?
Making many questions about my life.
Is one of them why you're friends with me?
A little bit.
Okay, that's
It's
fair.
okay though. I don't mind.
We know we're a little early. I don't know when this is going to release. We still got to think or talk about that. But either way it goes, we are happy that you guys are here and you guys are giving your time just to listen to us be, well, here. So we do have a special guest today because we will be going there as well. And we just wanted to talk to the Faery Queen herself, Suzanne Stafford. And she is also the owner of Treasures Market in formal costumes and holiday. So she is here. Bam.
Hello.
Hello.
How you
How's it
doing?
going?
I am doing awesome. I appreciate you guys having me on.
We appreciate you
Thank
too.
you for being here.
We appreciate you inviting us to the Fairy Ball. We are very excited about that. Are you excited?
Oh, yes. I'm so excited to have you guys there and get to talk to everybody and hear their
Mhm.
stories. Can't wait to hear what fun things you learn from everybody.
Absolutely. Now, about the Fairy Ball, for our viewers' sake, tell us what is it? Is it a community event, a performance party, all? What is it?
It's probably all of those things. This is our 6th annual Fairy Ball. And I started that because I love to go to fantasy balls and dress up. And there were not any here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And I got tired of driving all to the other areas. And I thought, why not? And it was right after COVID, and everyone really needed a chance to meet in person and have connection with real live people. Online has some great options, but humans still need real life interactions. So I also love a chance to dress up, and like a Renaissance festival is great, but you're outside, it's hot, you have great costumes, dude in the baseball cap and the shorts, and so it cuts the fantasy feel, of you're actually stepping out of being in the movies or the books that I love. And so I came up with the Faery Court Ball, and basically it's like a Renaissance festival, but everybody is dressed up. So it's indoors, air conditioned at night. There's no children. And then you get to dance, eat, drink, shop, have a good time, look at these great costumes. And then we raise money for local nonprofits as well that did not have someone that could help them create a big fundraiser for these small nonprofits that needed some help. So I just thought that was great fun. And doing it, we've created, a fun community of people that get together and, even if they don't create their costumes themselves and don't feel they have their creativity, everyone gets something from being in that environment. And it really helps you show up better back in your everyday life after you're re-energized with that.
Right. So what I'm hearing, it's it's a lot like a nerdy Renaissance festival
Yes.
in a sense.
Yes.
Like
For
so
people that love whatever your fandom is. You like books, you like movies, you like games, the video games, the board games, whatever is your favorite fandom. Because as the Fairy Queen, I've invited all realms across time and space. So that is a wide range of costuming, so you can have the Renaissance Festival. We have the 501st come out. So you've got those, the Star Wars
yeah.
fans for that. And then, we've had some Whovians out, what from the games. So just whatever you have always wanted to dress up like, it's your chance to be part of that. And really, as you're showing up like that, it's like a Comic-Con for your cosplay. Then you can find the other people that are fans of that, and they go, "Wow, I know what that is." So that's a lot of fun.
You just imagine for a second, Tank, a Naruto character, right, going against like a Black Knight from Monty Python.
Mm-hmm.
Python. Oh man, it's been a long day, guys.
Python.
Python.
I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
I am too. I've never been to anything like this, so that's why I'm looking forward to it. I've been to Renaissance festivals, but I mean, they didn't have fandoms. It was like you're a knight or a elf or something of that realm. You couldn't be a Naruto character over here and then go in and fight a knight or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. So I'm really excited about that. So can you tell us not only about the fairy ball? Let's talk more about Miss Stafford here. Okay, let's talk about what you do because I know you have a the formal costumes and stuff. So that means you have stuff that you can help people get ready for this fairy ball.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
So I was always actually interested in fashion design, and then I went to school for interior design instead because I figured you could not get a job actually in fashion design if you didn't go to New York at that time. So I worked for about 30 years in commercial interior design, which is like interior architecture, and so it is a very corporate, soul-sucking job. And so to add some fun to my life and be able to survive with that, I did a lot of costuming, which that was before they called it cosplay and sort of before Renaissance Festival. So you would go to, you make costume parties with your friends, different times of the year. Then you had, Renaissance festivals. So I've always loved that. And it's a way to re energize for me and an outlet because I need to have a reason to make the project. I'm not going to make a project just to sit at home and not have anybody see it or experience that. It's sort of the living the experience. So I've always loved that, and I ended up actually taking about 10 years off where I stayed at home with my son and homeschooled him um, to keep his love of learning. So we did all sorts of fun field trips and learning about history and hands-on type of things. So then once he has gone to college, I started doing the fairy ball and wanted to get back into a career for me. So I decided to do the fairy ball, and then people kept saying, well, what do I wear? And it's like, that's a very good question, because there aren't any costume shops in our area anymore. They've all closed. So I had started with the pop-up Treasures Market and have done that for 3 years, just twice a year, and then realized that the collection of costumes and formals that I had amassed needed a year-round home. So we just recently purchased a building there on Dido Road, so we can have that year-round and be more of a community resource for people, because the South here, well, especially here, has some amazing costume things all year round. There's all sorts of different things that people are doing, you know, regular costume parties, all of the galas. You've got the pirates things, you've got the witches things, you've got the Renaissance festivals. Um, People dress up for birthday parties and family reunions and all of that. So I just want to be able to help people find the things that they can wear and feel good about themselves. And then I also wanted to add, as part of that, because I love sewing and teaching, I guess, is adding upcycling classes so we can help people who are a little bit hesitant to start on that it is easy, it's okay, you just do it, and start making pieces for their costumes. And I will have some more advanced classes for people that have more experience doing that, but a lot of it is geared towards people that aren't quite sure what to do and just need someone to be there with them to help them start making things for themselves.
Understand.
Nice.
Okay, you got some questions?
Trying to
I mean,
figure out how to word
I
this.
got a bunch of them written down. You can
Yeah.
wait if you need
Well,
to.
no, it's more along the lines of a statement instead of a question.
Okay.
So like, yeah, it took a while for them to come around, and they started calling it cosplay. Well, somebody, this lovely gentleman right here, however I put my finger. Went with me to my first actual convention years ago, and it was at that point that I realized that there was, an actual thing called cosplay. Because I mean, up until then, the only time I'd ever seen costumes was, a costume party with some friends, or at a Halloween party, something like that. So we went to our first convention together, and it kind of opened the door. Well, then a couple years down the road, we all went, and he still won't let me live this down. We went to Nashville for Wizard World, and I broke out of my shell and was like, all right, I'm going to cosplay. So I ended up dressing up as Bane from The Dark Knight. And I get why a lot of people do it now. You get the fun experience of making your costume and, showing it off to the world. But the feeling you get when you go somewhere, like to a convention or a ball or something like that, and the people are like, "Oh my God, you look so good," or "Oh my God, your costume's amazing." I felt like a rock star that day. I ain't gonna lie, it was nice. He was mad because he spent so much time and effort into his costume and making sure he had the character down perfect, and he got like one picture,
which was with his sister.
I bought my costume because I can sew, but I've never taken the time to actually like make anything. So like I bought my costume and had the mask altered, and I was good to go. And I got stopped. It felt like every 10 feet. It was a beautiful thing.
I don't know if you will understand how frustrating this is, but I want you to know the costume that I did, I learned how to sew, and I sewed, so the zipper was in the back, right? I learned how to sew that zipper in the front where I could just and be easier, and it was just like a little vest thing. Like I put in effort and time, and this dude just, oh yeah, I'll just buy it off Amazon. And so I'm still very mad about that. But the question I have, because I know a lot of him speaking on cons just a second ago, I know a lot of like Comic Cons have like costume contests. Are you going to be doing that at the Fairy Ball?
Yes, we
Okay.
definitely have a costume contest. That will be at 9:30 at the ball. We have our court come in as the court presentation. We have some of our sponsors speak, and we learn what their mission is. And then we definitely have a costume contest. Not everyone participates in the costume contest because sometimes they just don't feel comfortable. But we also have sort of a hall costume contest awards like they have at the cons, where some of our judges will wander around, and people who they really appreciate their costumes will have a little something for them as well. And the usually we have 3 winners of the costume contest. Then they will receive tickets for the next year's ball and a spot on the Faery Queen's court. So then they can be part of the presentation for the next year. And because of course we love pictures, we will also make sure that the costume winners have a photo session and get some great photos in their costume as well.
Okay.
With some of our fabulous photographers. So that's going to be T. Morosco Photography will be one of them. We'll have some other ones, but she will be doing the photos for them, which she always does a fabulous job.
Now, I know this is going to be a kind of a dumb question, but I want to know, as the Faery Queen, what is your sole responsibility?
I put on the ball and make sure it happens. So
That's fair.
I am bankrolling the ball to make sure that it happens, and that's how Treasures Market supports it as well. And of course, we have some sponsors. There's GeoJoe, who is our VIP presenting sponsor. They're a fabulous tech group. They do GIS mapping down here on the coast. Not a lot of people know about them, but they're doing some great things here with bringing tech jobs back to Mississippi. And plus they do support the the groups here in the South as well, which is greatly appreciated. And then we also we're doing this in partnership with Coastal Mississippi, and we had a grant from them to help bring people from outside of our area to the Mississippi Gulf Coast to see what fun things we have down here. But I guess I came up with the Faery Queen. That was my first costume, was the Autumn Faery Queen, and that was what I wore the first year. So that was what I just have used. But I make sure that I can prepare a space for everyone to have fun. Of course, there's a lot of people helping on the committees, but I guess I'm just the founder of it, so I make sure that we make sure it happens.
Nice.
See, I thought when she said I'm the Faery Queen, I thought she was just going to be like this and sit in her chair, and then someone's going to come up, off with his head. That's what I thought you would be like as a Faery Queen, and you would judge like the people that come up to you. Because the reason why I say that is because at the Renaissance Fair, I want to say it was somewhere up north. I don't remember where, but I remember going, and they had Queen Elizabeth there. And she was like role playing to where like she was executing people, not really, guys, but she was executing people. She would throw them in jail, and then she was like full on committed to Queen Elizabeth. And I think it was a school thing because I remember reading about her, and we had to do a thing on her at school, and that's why we knew so much about her. And I think that's why they took us. But I asked her about it, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." And I'm like, "Well, I guess I just didn't read enough." Whoops. And she didn't break character either. So
interesting. Yeah, I guess I haven't done as much of the role playing like that, where you're really in character. I guess I'm more of the, I don't know, the supporting creative vision behind it.
Yeah. That's okay. The decorations, do you have any plans for decorations for the Fairy Ball? Like, I don't know if that transforms the venue, if y'all have lights going through the trees or anything. How do y'all go about that? Like, is it going to be this big transform or what?
We definitely have decorations. Some years we have done more than others, and my first inclination always is to do too much. So we're trying to do just enough to make sure you feel like you are in whatever realm we happen to be in, but without killing all the volunteers by spending, like 3 days decorating. So we will definitely have some really neat photo backdrops in different areas in the venue, and all the things will be on the table, so you will definitely feel like you are in that realm. But also, without huge budgets, we don't have as much funds for all of the decorations that we would be awesome. But then we're trying to keep ticket prices lower, so people can still afford it, but still have the feel of it. But I'm not asking for $600 a ticket. It's $600 a ticket. I could give you a really awesome decorated venue with a lot of extra perks, but we don't have that yet. So
keyword.
Yes.
That's one question I have. So could you give us kind of like a run through of the logistics of all of this? Because I mean, Jay and I have been to multiple conventions by now. And I mean, we see, we've made friends with a lot of the volunteers, and we've learned a bit of the behind the scenes about what it takes to put on like a Comic-Con. What are some hurdles that you're having to run through to put the Fairy Ball together?
I mean, typically for a big event like that, you start more than a year out, because you have to secure your venue at least a year out, or you may not get the date that you want. So usually your venue is first, and we are blessed that we can be at Joppa Shrine again. This will be our second year there, and we are at least penciled in for next year as well, because of the size of our event, then the last few years we've had 350 to 400 people attend the ball. So that there's only so many venues that are the size that works for that, and in the price range that we're looking for as well. And sometimes we need some flexibility. Like the bar will be provided by the Diamond Head School of Fine Arts, which is one of our nonprofits. So some venues don't allow outside food and drink. So then those aren't as much in the running. So really it's the venue, and then, just working on the advertising, because some of the advertising magazines, depending upon when they go in, they only are once a year. And, some of their deadlines are September and January to be in for next year. So you have to know what your dates are a long way ahead in order to get in some of those publications and to be, part of some of that, the advertising. And we do try to advertise, regional, because people attend this from Mobile and Pensacola, even further into Florida, up, north, to Jackson and Memphis, and then from west, definitely New Orleans, and Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and then, usually within a drive distance. So that is where the most of our people have been. And it's really about 50-50, 50 local here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and then the other half from, 2 to 3 hours away. But for the planning, we sort of have an idea of what the themes would be. And then, we start trying to find decorations and stuff that would work for that, and, coming up with the artwork. So then we can be promoting it and, updating the website and all of that. So it takes a while. And then this year I did the ticket drop. It was like, I think July 1st. Other times I've had it further out, but I think the July 1st is better because it's closer to when the event is. That's still, 3 months before the event. We had the save the date out so people know what weekend it is, which is typically, the last weekend of September. That way, it's further away from people are going to Dragon Con. It's still a little bit before the Renaissance festivals start. Some of the haunted houses have already started by then, but we're trying to extend the Halloween season, but not be on the same weekend that there are other events going on, because I feel that we should support all of the events, the local events that we can, and, to make sure that they keep happening as well.
Right.
So I don't know if that answered your question of what all happens, but then for the decorations, probably, starting now, that's when we're starting to, pull in the last things that we need to buy. And then we start, decorating the event, like the day before. So hopefully it's decorated on that Friday. So then Saturday we can be getting dressed, because, doing full makeup and costume, that takes several hours usually. So that way we don't have to be doing that on that day. That's another thing to add for the venue, is that it's better if you can decorate the day before and take down the day after, so you're not killing yourself on one day. That's really hard to do a venue where you have to do all of that in one day. It's really tough without a lot of volunteers, and then sometimes you just have to have less decorations to be able to achieve that. But we're lucky that we do have day before setup and day after tear down. So then it doesn't, we have some more options. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you, so for someone that, like us, for example, because we are first timers, what do you say to first timers that want to come? Is the Faery Ball welcoming, or,
I would hope that it is welcoming to everyone. That is my goal, is that if you even think it sounds like fun, then you should do it, because life is short. And that's one of the other reasons why I do that, is for all of the friends that you know, that their life was cut short and they would love to be doing this, but they can't. And then we're all sitting here, oh, I want to do it, but I shouldn't. It's like, no, you need to do it now because you don't know you don't know what tomorrow brings. So definitely do it. And do not worry about we are not the fashion police. No. Do not compare yourself to these people with this fabulous costume. You do you. You compare yourself to you. If you've never done anything before, then if you show up at minimum in basic gown, tuxedo, or all black, you have achieved something great. Up to, and as you keep going, then you challenge yourself and keep making your costume builds more complex, or you try a new skill. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they do not, but it's you growing. And then you show up as you, and then you have you're part of the community. You make the energy of the event, and then hopefully you'll find some great new friends there, and so I definitely want it to be welcoming too, especially singles, because some people say, oh, I can't go if I don't bring someone. Oh, no, I gave that up years ago. If you want to do it, you go. You do not wait for someone to go with you if you think it's interesting. You'll find some new friends there. And that I also have the Faery Queen's mixer as part of it. So for people that are shy, because people that like sort of all these nerdy fandom things, they tend to be a little bit more shy people usually, and sometimes are worried about going to someplace new. So, we have the Faery Court Community Facebook page. So hopefully you could be on there and, be talking to some people. And I know Jordan has tried what do you call it? That it's that chat thing that everybody does. It's like texting.
AI.
No, it's the kids do. I can't remember. Sorry. You probably have one of those. It's like a chat thing. I don't know, texting, whatever, different social media thing. There's one of those. And there's, the Fairy Queen's mixer then. So if you go, it's sort of an icebreaker thing. You can meet some new people. So we definitely want it to be welcoming and not, welcoming and inclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Nice.
I understand. That's awesome. What is as the Fairy Queen, what is the most extravagant costume that you've seen through the 6 years you've done this?
There have been some amazing costumes. Some people dress on theme, some people do not. Um, so I guess I tend to like the more original ones rather than the true cosplay where you are just matching something on the screen or in a movie. I mean, which is cool, but I like to see the imagination and I mean, I guess for something just neat to see. Christy McGrath always really decorates her wheelchair really awesome. So she has a great costume, but then she decorates the wheelchair with all sorts of cool stuff. So that's neat to see. Some of the ladies from Baton Rouge always came up with some really amazing costumes, and I featured some of those in, still some of the advertising and on the website. I really like that, the moss, the one that she had. I don't remember what she called that one, but it was like a bodysuit with a big moss headpiece and various strategically placed pieces of moss on her bodysuit. That one was a cool one. Last year for the red carpet, there was some great Roman warriors, and I know she hand makes their armor, and that was really amazing. They'll be there again this year. So there's just so many different ones, and that's why I like the lots of pictures, because even though I'm there and trying to see what's going on, sometimes I'm dealing with issues to make sure everything runs smoothly for everyone else, that I don't always get to see everyone's pictures. So that's where I'm excited to have you guys there, talking with people. So then I can look at those after to see what cool things I didn't get to see while I was there. And there's more things than you can do while you're there. So there's so many things.
Oh, we can.
He got a brand new camera specifically for the event.
Yes,
Awesome.
I did. It is a Sony ZV-1. It is a very fancy schmancy camera.
Oh, fancy.
And we tested it actually on the last con we did. It's at Deep South that we did. And it came out great. Like the video of it looks good. So that's probably what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna like take shots of the different costumes and then just compress them all together of all different costumes. Now, unfortunately, Mr. Wartooth will not be there. For alas,
in spirit. He'll be there in spirit.
Well, no, he'll be there, but on a different head. This, again, I got to give this back to Tank because he's the Viking of this relationship. And like I told you, I am the pirates, and I want to be a pirate, and I'm going to be a pirate. We just haven't got there yet.
Pirates are awesome.
I'm not gonna talk like the regular pirate where they're like yarg. I'm not doing that. I'm not, because first off, everybody, that hurts my throat, and I'm not risking it for the biscuit. So, but hopefully we can get me a pirate's costume. And
yeah,
I think from what I understand, it's just a coat, a couple of satchels, those little fake guns, and a sword, and I think I'm set. I think.
And a hat. Got to have a hat.
Oh yeah, you got to have a hat.
And the bandana.
Yeah.
Do you have to have the bandana?
The bandana goes on before the hat.
Okay. Yeah. And then you got to do the whole.
Just so you're aware, Spirit Halloween is open.
So that's what I was just talking to her about yesterday. So Spirit Halloween has great stuff, but number one, they charge a lot. The coat that I was telling her about yesterday was $150. She talked to me about her place that she has the formal costumes and holiday. She has a pirate coat that's a 3XL for like $80.
Yeah.
So I mean,
what's that? Quick trip down to Biloxi?
Yeah, 100%. Because like, and Spirit Halloween only had it in an XL. $150 for something that I do like this and I rip it. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Big man in a tiny coat.
So that's I'm excited about that because we'll be going. We will be going down to Anime Fest, by the way, everyone. So we forgot to announce that. It will be on our social media. Surprise! It will be on our social media, so be sure to look out for that. So we will be heading down to Anime Fest in Biloxi, Mississippi, which she will also be. Anime Town. She will also be there, and we will hopefully get some pirates.
Yeah, hopefully I can stop by. And I definitely am trying to add at the Treasures Market size inclusive pieces because that is a problem. I think everyone should be able to have a cool costume, and not everyone fits, a 100-pound extra small size, and that you just can't get them, or they are just exorbitantly expensive, and they're also not worth that. So that's why I try to do the upcycling and making things that are more budget friendly for everyone, but you still look really cool. And that's the other thing with costuming or garb, whatever you want to call it, is you just start with your base and then you just keep adding to it. You can't do everything at the first step, and you actually couldn't stomach the price of some of the little extras that you will add to your costume after you've been building it for a while. But that's where you save money on some things, and then when you can't find it any other way, you splurge and get the piece that you just have been wanting.
Right. Can you tell us about the tickets and the ticket pricing?
So you can get the Faery Ball tickets on our website, which is Faery, Faery, traditional spelling, dash or hyphen ball, ball.com. And the early bird pricing ended the end of July. And so now we're the regular ticket pricing. So GA tickets are $99. And then the VIP tickets are $119 plus the stuff.
Right.
And so the difference is VIPs get early entry. So you get to come in at 7 p.m. We will have some special entertainment. So it's 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then the VIPs also have reserved seats. So there'll be tables on the floor with the VIP seats. The GA tickets come in their standing room at 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then I do have some high top cocktail tables that you can stand at. And I will have a few chairs for the GA, but just not one for every single person because mostly people are up dancing or seeing the vendors, doing photos or 360 or whatever. So we didn't have enough room to have a full gallery. So that's the difference in prices between VIP and GA. And we do not include the food or drink prices in the ticket because some people then do not want to pay for those. So that's awesome. If you do not want to, that's great. You can eat or drink, before. But if you want to, we will have food vendors. Of course, the bar will have mocktails and cocktails, so you can get a fancy non-alcoholic or alcoholic drink as you prefer. Um, and of course, you can see what all of the different vendors have. You know, we're mostly have more handmade artisan type things. They may have some, other type goods. We do have at least two people doing readings there as well. So you can get those, which is always fun. So, and then of course, our nonprofit. So Diamond Head School of Fine Arts will have the bar as their fundraiser. Then Here Rescue, which does exotic pets. So like snakes, spiders, lizards, that sort of thing. They will have the King and Queen of Wild Things drawing. So you buy a ticket from them and your name goes in the hat for the King or Queen of Wild Things. And then we will draw that, I think at 11. And then you'll be named the King and Queen of Wild Things. You'll get some, I don't know, a boutonniere, a scepter, some fun things for your reign. And then that money goes directly to them. And then the Just Cause Rescue, which is the large dogs rescue here in Socher area on the Gulf Coast. They will be doing a basket drawing for guessing the theme for next year. And then our fourth nonprofit is Joppa Shrine, and they will probably just tell us what their mission is and then roll around their fez. But basically, that is for their transportation fund to take the families of the ill children for treatment. And then that gives them a sense of normalcy. They actually drive them there. They take them to eat, out to shop, different things for the families to help them while they're getting their treatments.
That's so nice. I like to hear that. It's not a lot of things like that happen around here. What?
Can Miss Susan, can you do me a quick favor? Will you repeat the name of that city for me real quick?
So sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Whatever.
I told you
Whatever.
it's not saucier.
No, that's not what I called it.
Don't even start.
I
Some
called
will
it
say Sosha or Socher.
I call it saucer, and my
Yeah.
wife gets so mad at me.
They made fun of me when I first said that when I got here because I knew some people with that last name and it was Saucier or whatever. No, they all make fun of you. So no.
Yeah, that's fair.
Down here.
I just call it saucer just to make her mad.
She got so mad. It was hilarious.
It was. I think the last thing I want to ask you is, can you tell us tell everyone else listening where it's at? You already told the ticket prices and where to get them. So just, I guess at this point, tell them where it's at.
Yeah, so it's September 27th in Biloxi, Mississippi at Joppa Shrine. The tickets are on sale through September 19th. So you need to get your tickets by then. We will not have tickets at the door because this is not something that you just decide, oh, I'm going to this one day. You need some time to plan your outfits and all of that. So website, faery-ball.com. You can probably search for it, Google it, and you should be able to find it as well. I think I've got a Facebook event for it. Was that your questions?
Yeah.
Did I answer them all?
Yeah, yep. You did amazing. Thank
And
you.
so I guess we didn't say the theme. So
Oh,
it's
Yeah, what's the theme?
the sixth annual Fairy Court Ball. So this year's theme is Court of the Dragon, Realm of Asgard. So every year, the Fairy Queen is commanding one of the different realms to host this special ball on neutral ground so everyone can come enjoy a special night between the worlds. And so this year we are journeying to Asgard and the Court of the Dragon.
Nice.
Right down your alley there, buddy.
Yes, sir.
You know, like
Yeah.
last year was Court of the Jinn. So that was
Ooh.
genies in Middle Eastern style. The year before was the Court of Atlantis. And then, you know, the first 3 years we did, you know, Masquerade and, you know, like Court of the Dark Fae. And I think the other one was Forest, something about Forest.
Yeah.
Enchanted Forest, probably. So we just want to visit all of the different realms, and I will have on our website the lore of the ball, and that's sort of fun to read as well.
Nice.
All right. Awesome. Well, guys, we will be there and we will be excited. Miss Stafford will be there as well. So I'm sure she's excited to put it on. A little bit stressed, right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little
we
bit.
just want people to come out and have a good time, and as long as, I mean, I love it when they say at the end of the night, you know, this was the best night ever. Now that's a successful event, and you know, even though it's 5 or 6 hours, it's like, ooh, that's long. No, it's not really long enough because, you know, you're just dancing and talking, making friends. I mean, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, we are super excited for it. We hope you guys come out and see us and see the Fairy Queen herself, see all the costumes that they have. We will, and like Miss Stafford said, she is having a bunch of nonprofits there. We will still be representing
Yes.
NAMI as well. So y'all guys come out, support the nonprofits, support the people, support the costumes that I probably would say a lot of people have put hours into making.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think I might just go as Jay. I don't know. So, I don't know yet. We don't. We'll see when we get there.
I wish I had a cowbell.
Shame. Ding ding.
Shame.
Yeah, and we want to thank you so much for coming on. I also want to do a personal shout out to Miss Sky for
Yes.
getting me in touch with you and making everything happen, and you being and her getting you to come on here, and just everything worked out perfect, and I love it.
Yes.
So
that's perfect. She has been very, very helpful as the head of the committees and helping me get this all working. That's awesome.
right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it, and we will look forward to seeing you when.
September 27th
Because I
in
forgot
Biloxi,
already.
Mississippi.
So, guys, we will see y'all the next episode. Until next time, peace out.
Boy.
Awesome.